Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the GM Around the League. And in this video, we're going to be dealing with an article that I referenced yesterday in the Lamar Jackson, the real MVP video, where there was a discussion from a New York Jets perspective about Aaron Rodgers or Lamar Jackson, who the New York Jets should be pursuing. That's the reason why I'm doing it on Around the League rather than doing it on the Baltimore Ravens segment. And so I'm gonna highlight the points that they make in this article, and then we'll give our commentary on those points. And then throughout this video, I will put up on the screen the points that they laid out. So the first point that they make, really from uh, a favorable perspective of Lamar Jackson being the quarterback that the Jets should really be pursuing. The first point that they make is that Lamar Jackson is on the New York Jets timeline as it pertains to age. Lamar Jackson is 26 and will not turn 27 until January of 2024. And so what they reference is a lot of the New York Jets young stars, such as a Sauce Gardner, who is 23. Alan Lazard won't turn 28 until um, this season starts. Corey Davis is 27 or 28. They have a young running back who looks like a young stud. I can't remember his name at this point. Maybe Pierce is his name. I'm not 100% sure. They reference a young tight end. They reference Quinn Williams, who's either 26 or 27. And they have a young, excuse me, they have a young line that's developing and growing. And so they share how Lamar Jackson is 26 is in that same time frame, whereas and Aaron Rodgers is already 39 and will be 40 pretty soon. And so if Aaron Rodgers doesn't get them to the championship this year, then time will run out in his next season. And they point to how Mark Sanchez back 10 years plus ago, how he was added to a ready to win now roster. So he was the young one at quarterback, and they had a roster full of veterans who was ready to win now. And as far as they got was the AFC Championship, and then because they couldn't replicate that same kind of play and performance the next year, those guys aged out and the championship window closed. And that's what they're talking about here in this particular point, is how Lamar Jackson is in that same timeline with the young stars, and Aaron Rodgers could age out before they get the job done. Then the New York Jets have to press reset again at the quarterback position, and by that time, some of these young guys on rookie deals and things like that, they're now looking for big paydays, and then the roster has to be blown up, and then the window for a championship closes. And so that's point number one, is that Lamar Jackson is on the New York Jets timeline. Okay. Point number two is pretty simple. They talk about cost. They speak about how the New York Jets will have to give up draft capital to get Aaron Rodgers. So if you're going to have to give up draft capital to get a 40-year-old Aaron Rodgers, why wouldn't you give up draft capital to get a 26-year-old guy who's on your timeline? And Aaron Rodgers has the highest per year salary at $50 million over the next 2 years, whereas you can sign Lamar Jackson. You have to give up the draft capital, but his contract would come in probably under that, and then you can certainly rework that along the way to kind of make room for to re-sign some of those young studs that the New York Jets already have in house. So the point number two was cost. Point number three, which is super important, is that Lamar Jackson has another level to get to where you've seen all that Aaron Rodgers has to bring to the table. Yeah, he's a four-time MVP. He is a Super Bowl champion, but he's maxed out. At 40 years old, you don't go to another level. You just kind of sustain what you've already been doing. And they talk about how Lamar Jackson has another level to go to, simply because this would be the best talent of weapons that Lamar Jackson would have played with in his 5-year career thus far. Corey Davis, and Alan Lazard, a nice young tight end, Miko Hardman, who they also signed in this past offseason, plus a nice growing offensive line. And so that's what they reference, is that Lamar Jackson has another level to get to where Aaron Rodgers uh is tapped out basically. And I certainly agree with that point, is because we have not seen Lamar with uh above average weapons, and also weapons with some experience. We've only seen him with reclamation projects and rookies. And so what would he look like when the receiving corps and offensive line are both growing and developing together? So that's the point number three. And then point number four is that Aaron Rodgers is coming off his worst season, or coming off a poor season rather, filled with injuries. He played a lot of the year with a broken thumb, and of course Aaron Rodgers has an extensive injury history. He's had some lower body stuff go on, and of course he missed parts of 2 seasons with like a broken shoulder or something like that. So the injury history is extensive as well. And so when you take that into consideration, would you go with a 40-year-old guy who's had some injuries, or would you go with a 26-year-old guy who's had some injuries, but nothing major? And so that's, because a 40-year-old body is going to heal a lot slower than a 26-year-old body. So that was point number four. And so my take is that the article is definitely written in favor of Lamar Jackson, saying that Lamar Jackson should be who the Jets are really pursuing, for all those reasons: age, cost, Lamar Jackson having another level, and he's healthier at this point in their careers. And so I think that it kind of highlights the the mystery. Let's just call it that. It highlights the mystery of the Jets being, um, after Aaron Rodgers, and willing to wait on him to make a decision, wait on a deal to be done, versus simply offering an offer sheet to Lamar Jackson. And you could certainly offer such an offer that the Ravens won't match, and you could get him just for two first round picks. So I definitely think it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It does sound like Lamar Jackson is the better option. So why that's not happening, only you know, right? Only you know. So listen, that's my take, man. Let me know what you guys want me to know about the content. Appreciate you guys. Please hit like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get new content. I'm your guy Boulanger. This is the GM, and I'm out.